Hi everyone, and welcome again to OT104. This is going to be week 5, the assignments that I'm presenting to you February 24th, which will be due March 2nd to 2020. All right, we begin obviously with all of our sessions with choosing a team manager. All right, for this week's team assignment part 2, you're going to read the little scenario on page 425 of your textbook, number 4, schedule various visitors. Now this is a scenario, folks, that they're going to ask for your opinion. So each of you talk about this, and the team manager, you're going to come to a consensus as to how you decide you're going to respond to each of these situations. And again, you're not typing anything or report or anything like that. You're just talking among yourselves. Okay, and then the team manager will type the responses of the team in wiki number 8. Wiki number 7 is the team manager letting me know who the manager is. Wiki 8 is the problem solving assignment on page 425. This is not a long or complicated assignment. Just make sure you read the instructions. And the team manager, and I'm going to type this because I just realized I didn't do it. The team manager will indicate in the assignment, in the answers, the responses, who the team members were who participated. Now, there were a couple of teams that I had spoken to. Please make sure you get everything together because we've got our work to do. All right? So before you start anything, obviously you're going to read the chapter. And this is interesting because you're scheduling appointments and receiving visitors. Things that you think you know how to do very easily, and well, you do. But when you're working for several people, those of you who are going to be working in a doctor's office or a clinic, you may be working for several doctors. How are you going to schedule appointments? How are you going to receive visitors? Okay, so make sure you read through the assignment. Make sure you go over the quiz, because the quiz will help you with the midterm exam, which is coming up pretty soon, and we'll talk about that later. Chapter 10 in the PowerPoint, not anything that I really have to go over, as I had to go over with you with the filing rules. This is just following the procedures for scheduling a visit, for scheduling an appointment, or for receiving visitors. All right, now, you only have two for the, two assignments for the Supreme Alliances, 10A and 10B. Okay, so with 10A, you have the files. The data files are right there for number 1 and number 2. Follow the instructions. If you have trouble following the instructions and you talk among yourselves, team manager, send me an email or text me with the questions that the team has. Right? If it's a very long list, don't use a text. Email me. That's a lot easier. Okay, and in 10B, all right, follow the instructions. And again, there are about 4 questions for 10B and 4 questions for 10A. Okay, again, this is not as difficult as filing. Filing, you have to remember a lot. Now, the one thing I do want to go over with you is the Women's History Month activities. Now, those of you who are in my other class, the Business 203, or the Introduction to Co-op 101, all right, you'll have the same assignment. Does that mean that you do 3 different Women's History Month activities? No. You choose one. So there are 2 parts. In part 1, okay, click into the Women's History Month activity, and this is what you're going to see. Okay? And you'll notice, folks, that you have afternoon at the beginning of the month, March 4th. You have a little game at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on March 9th. You have my presentation. It's not my presentation, but a panel of presenters on domestic violence and Domestic Violence Survivors Justice Act. Okay, we'll have a panel, and then after that you'll have an opportunity at tables to speak to the panelists to answer your personal questions or your general questions. All right, you'll notice on March 12th from 11 to 12:30, Tuesday, March 17th from 12:30 to 1:45. I'm showing you the days and the times so that you can see there are a variety of activities. Some are movies, some are panel, like mine is a panel. Some are games. Monday, the March 23rd from 5:30 to 7. So you have evening activity. You have the movie Harriet for those of you who did not see the movie. Tuesday, March 24th, again in the evening. So you have evening activities. You have late afternoon. Gloria Brown Marshall, I have heard her, and I'm planning to attend this session as well. She's really excellent. That's in the afternoon. And then you have early in the morning, 9:30 to 11:30, celebrating Women's History. So any one of those activities, one. And if you have several of my classes, one. You can choose the same thing. Don't expect you to go because your schedules are tight. I don't expect you to, those of you who are in my other two classes, I don't expect you to give me two other assignments. The same assignment will be for all. Now, what do you have to do? For the first assignment, all right, part one, that's due on March 2nd. What you have to do is submit in a Word document the title of the activity and the date and time that you will participate in the activity. That's all you have to do. In a Word document, submit it through the assignment link. In a Word document through the assignment link, the title of the activity, the date and the time that you will see the activity or participate in the activity. That's all you have to do on March 2nd. Now, in all honesty, if you've done the assignment, if you've already seen or participated in the activity, and the second part of the assignment, you have to write an essay, a little essay, and it's due April the 20th. Try and see if you can do that as quickly as possible after the activity, because you know what happens. As much as you thought the activity was wonderful, or you thought the movie or the play or whatever it is that you, or the presentation you saw was excellent, if you wait until April the 19th to do this, you're going to forget what you've seen unless you take copious notes. That is your choice. But if you saw a movie, and again, this is the same, I uploaded the same, the same document twice, just to refresh your memory. If you saw a movie or participated in any of the other Women's History Month activities, please be sure to include a summary of the activity and address the following points in your essay. What did the activity say to you about the importance of looking at gender and sexuality that you had not thought before participating in the activity? All right. Remember, this is a Women's and Gender History Month activity. Which of the characters in the movie or play could you relate the most and why? And that all. How did the lecture or discussion before the activity help you to focus on the themes of the activity? Briefly summarize the discussion after the activity. Which discussion points after the activity help you to understand the role of women and gender that you learned through the activity and the pre and post discussion? So I'm asking you to think about not answering questions like question number 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm asking you to write a little essay on your reflection. And in the reflection, please avoid, I think, I hope, I trust, and all of that stuff. Avoid that. Those of you who are in my business communications class, you already know that. But what is it that you're reflecting about? What is it that the activity or the movie or the seminar said to you about women? Something that you hadn't thought about before. All right? Again, this is not research. Don't start giving me anything from Wikipedia or Google Docs or anything like that. I want to know how you reacted to the panel presentation, the movie, the presentation of the single speaker, the game, whatever you participated. The essay must be typed in MLA format. All right, when you click into this link, okay, you'll see the format, the instructions, and when you go into the sample paper, okay, it'll show you what this is going to look like. Okay, I'm sorry that this is going to take a little longer. I always forget to do this. I do it ahead of time as I did the other, because my computer takes a little longer with opening up a PDF. All right, but as you can see, this is how your paper is supposed to look, all right, for an MLA style. And you'll notice, okay, in between paragraphs, because you are already on double space, so in between paragraph, you don't have to add another line. You have to leave just double space and continue typing. Notice also that the first line of each new paragraph is indented. So those of you who are office technology students, you know how to type a report, especially if you're in OT102 or you finished OT102. This should be very easy for you. Or if you're in OT102 again, all of this should be easy. But in the meantime, if you haven't learned this in OT101 or OT102, please make sure that you follow the instructions of MLA styling. All right, and I do not expect references. Okay, so don't give me any references. Okay, and that paper is due April the 20th at 11 p.m. on Monday, April 20th. So it'll be after the spring break. Again, you could do this way before the spring break. You could submit this as soon as you've seen the play or the movie or the seminar or the presentation. You can do that right away. Please make sure that you proofread. You know I'm taking points off. This is an office technology course. All office technology courses, we expect our students to proofread. Okay? Any questions? Please email me or text. And team managers, whatever questions, if you've discussed anything, answering any questions and you still don't get the answer, please, team managers, either text me or send me an email. All right? Have a good week and take care, folks. Thanks.